And welcome to a brand new day. Welcome to the Rundown with Ramon. My name is Ramon Ray, publisher of zoneofgenius.com and Bitdefender's small business ambassador. We have an amazing episode for you today, and every episode is amazing just because of the fact you're here. We got about 5 things we're going to cover today. One, Mark Zuckerberg, and he said this some time ago, but he said, reading here from TechCrunch, that people without AI glasses will be at a disadvantage. Is he right or is he wrong? Cody Sanchez, who talks about buying and selling businesses. She's bought and sold thousands or probably hundreds of businesses. She says, meet rich people. We're going to dive into that, what that means and why that could be good or not so good. Seth Godin, one of my favorite humans and thought leaders in the world, says, what sort of better? And then pivot signs. Don't ignore these red flags when you should pivot or when you should not. New York Times talks about if you're always late, blame your time personality. So glad you're here. Welcome to the Rundown with Ramon, brought to you by Bitdefender. When you leave your home at night or you're in your home, or the point is your home, you lock the door of your house. When you leave your car, you boop, boop, lock your car. What about your small business? Is your business secure? I encourage you to check out all things Bitdefender small business security. To do that, check this out. 39 seconds from them.
It starts with something small. An email, a phone call, a fake invoice. It looks real. It sounds urgent. One wrong move, and your business pays the price. Small businesses are easy targets for cyber criminals. With Bitdefender, they lose every time. Enjoy unstoppable security and real peace of mind so you can fight for success, not against cyber threats. Real-time protection, zero stress. Get Bitdefender today.
All right. Welcome back. All right. So Mark Zuckerberg says that those without the new, or they're not new, but they're always evolving, Meta AI glasses are going to be at a disadvantage. He had this big talk some weeks ago where he talks about super intelligence. If you haven't looked at his blog on that, definitely check that out, where he's very bullish, of course, on the ideas that glasses will be the primary way users interact with AI in the years ahead. Now, of course, he has a selfish innovation for that because Meta, it looks like, wants to go head-to-head in some ways with Apple and with Android, Google, to make not just software. Of course, Meta, Facebook, one of the largest companies in the world, which has the largest platform, but he also wants to get into devices. And he says here, I continue to think that glasses are basically going to be the ideal form factor for AI because you can let an AI see what you see throughout the day, hear what you hear, and talk to you. Well, here's the question. Here's the nugget. Should we be doing that? Is having glasses where we can be on literally all the time? We already have our phones, which are on all the time. We already have our watches, which are connected to our wrist, where people are always looking at them. Is having the Meta glasses something we should be doing? Something we should be striving for? I don't know. You tell me. I just don't know if I should cede control to my life like this. Now, having said that, you're talking to the one who, when Easy Pass came out, the things on the toll roads for the cars, it took me months and months and maybe years to get the automatic toll lane thingamajiggy because I was like, no, I don't want the government to spy on me, etc. I've given up on that idea, of course, and I'm all things tech. But I don't know if Mark Zuckerberg is right. And I want to know what you think. Will we all need, should we all have in the future? And again, there's laggards, but in the next 5 years, will all of us be wearing AI-powered glasses? I don't know, but there's one thing I do know, that Ayanna from Musical Web is here. Ayanna, welcome to another day. Thank you for being here today. So appreciate you showing up and being here. What do you think, Ayanna, about what Mark Zuckerberg is saying? He's saying that glasses for now seem to make the most sense. I'm reading here from TechCrunch, as many people already wear them. I wear glasses, but I don't know if I want them powered. Even the watches I have, I could have bought an iPhone or Android powered or other type of smart watch, but I don't. In fact, the watch I have on right now is a watch my son got me 1 or 2 years ago. I just like the old school fashionable watches, and I have 2 of them. I have a watch, my everyday watch, but it's somewhere upstairs, so I put on my more dressy watch. Usually I don't wear it in times like this. So what about you? Is an AI-powered glasses, especially if you wear glasses, would you evolve to the AI-powered or the smart glasses? Or do you think the regular glasses are probably enough for you in this season. Welcome to a brand new edition of the Rundown with Ramona. Whatever you do today, whatever you do, whatever you meet, whoever you meet, my whole admonition to you is make an impact. Make an impact in someone's day and make their life better. Don't miss out on amazing content like this. You can see all this and more at zoneofgenius.com. At zoneofgenius.com. Ding, 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 ding. Next up, Cody Sanchez, who I've had the pleasure of sharing the stage with a few times. She says, meet rich people. And she recommends golf courses and expensive hobbies to meet rich people. And I think Cody Sanchez has a point. I've met some of the most amazing people. Just last week, I met the CEO of Hyundai USA. That's a huge, big deal. This guy had to be worth millions of dollars, leading a billion-dollar valuation company. The experiences he shared with me, the places he's been, where he's at in life, the people he's managed, what amazing stories we were able to share. If you're looking to meet high-value people, stop flying in economy class and fly in the premium seats, metaphorically and also literally. Cody Sanchez says, take up golf or other things where rich people are at. She suggests finding expensive hobbies with a high barrier to entry, such as golf or sailing, to increase the quality of people you meet. Sanchez emphasizes the importance of surrounding yourself with people who have money to increase your chances of success. And I think she's right. It's amazing the people I've met in first class seats. Not that amazing people are not in economy class seats, metaphorically speaking, but if you want to meet people who are successful entrepreneurs, people who are doctors and lawyers and accountants, people who are influencers, bringing together the people, high net worth individuals, those people are investing in themselves, surrounding themselves. As Seth Godin says, people like us do things like this. So Cody Sanchez has a point, giving credit to reading this from ainvest.com, AI invest, AINVEST.com, reading it there. So that is what I think. Love it. Ayanna chimed in here. Thank you, Ayanna, for being my virtual co-host. Says, I think it depends on what features they have, talking about the glasses. Well, Ayanna, you already know the features, all the things, Ayanna. Come on, that's all the things. I don't like that answer. It depends, Ayanna. I want you to tell me, is that for you? It has all the things. It's like your smart watch and your phone combined, but on your glasses. It can read and see and hear and do and translate and all the fancy things, all the things that you can imagine a smart device would have. The key is it sits on the bridge of your nose. So, Anna, I'm going to push you a bit. I want a better response than it depends. There's no it depends. You already know what the glasses. They're going to evolve to have everything that you could ever want. Dr. Asa Don Brown, glad you're here. Dr. Asa, thanks for being here with us today on The Rundown with Ramon. So, we've covered Mark Zuckerberg says all of us need AI-powered glasses. Cody Sanchez says if you want to meet high net worth individuals, rich people, then get expensive hobbies. And she's right. Sailing and golf and other things, you find wealthy people. I went with a buddy of mine, my son-in-law, to pool a few weeks ago, and there was just people who were sitting there, listening to country music and kind of just drinking their lives away. Not saying they weren't rich, but the vibe in that little bar was a lot different than where you'd find probably at a yacht club or at a golfing club or golfing. I think you call it a club, whatever you call that place. Welcome to the Rundown with Ramon, everybody. My name is Ramon Ray, 5-time entrepreneur, 5-time author, 3 exits, helping you live your best life or start or grow your business. We got some amazing things we're launching and working on. Don't miss out. Go to zoneofgenius.com and sign up. This episode brought to you by Bitdefender. Go to bitdefender.com and make sure you have your small business be as secure as possible. Pivot signs. Don't ignore these red flags when you're considering whether you should pivot or not, says our friends at Crunchbase. For a startup, pivoting and shifting gears isn't a sign of weakness. It's a vital tool for survival and represents the challenging path a startup takes to find its product market fit. Facts. When you launch your company, Dr. Asa, when you launch your business, oftentimes it's not the way it was when it first started out. More or less, you may think it has that way. You have your business plan, but if it doesn't change and shift in some way, maybe you're not thinking hard enough. Yes, FedEx started as a package delivery company. I don't know the full detail of it, the story, but I'm sure they've morphed and they've changed and got into new things and different things than they are today. Their roots stayed the same, but I'm sure there's some companies that have shifted. The writer here says our product underwent at least 5 pivots, steadily shifting its strategic direction. Each pivot was grounded in rigorous hypothesis testing and results analysis, a process fully consistent with classic product development methodology. Talking about the power of having a small team to help you advance in a niche market. Are you self sufficient or unwilling to pay customers? Another headline says meeting demand requires extensive product reengineering and lack of a recurring pain point. And the article goes on. I would suggest you check it out in Crunchbase, called Pivot Signs. Don't ignore these red flags. It's okay to pivot. The only people who don't pivot are people who are hard nosed and really think they're all right and they're all that in a slice of bread, however that saying goes, all that in a bag of chips. But it's okay to pivot. Now, you don't want to pivot willy nilly and just pivot for no reason. But pivoting could be what you need to sustain your company. Pivot could be what you need to address new market needs that you did not see before. So pivoting is not bad. Pivoting, in fact, can be an asset of your success. Welcome to a brand new edition of the Rundown with Ramon. Glad you're here today. So Ayanna's chiming in back here on the Mark Zuckerberg sunglasses, or rather Mark Zuckerberg AI-powered meta glasses, and says, in that case, I think they could be advantageous. If I can draft up contracts in seconds using Gemini, AI glasses can be beneficial as well. Yeah, you're right, Ayanna. This is what it would be for. But for me, I'm not saying I'm old school because I'm quite techie, but I just think for me, having glasses that have AI in them and are computerized, it seems to be a bit much. We got it on our phone. Many of you have it on your watches. I have my computer with me all the time. My tablet. I'm just saying it now. I just don't know if that's too much to have glasses that can do all the things. Now, if there's specific reasons, you got virtual reality, augmented reality, you got, audio inside of it for real-time translation to help others. You're deaf, maybe, and the glasses can help you. I think so. Julie Riga, welcome to the Rundown with Ramon show, Julie. We just talked about should you have the new Meta glasses or not. Mark Zuckerberg says everybody should have them. I think it's a bit too much unless you have a specific need, Julie. Curious what you think about that. Moving forward, Seth Godin had some amazing advice, and he always has great insight. Here's what Seth Godin says. Sneakers are better for running a marathon, but shoes are better for a wedding reception. This is the better of utility. Finding something that does the job it sets out to do. And then there is the better of taste. Yellow mustard might be better than Dijon mustard, but not for me. Perhaps for you, writes Seth Godin. When we sacrifice utility for taste, it pays to acknowledge that we've done so. Just because you like the shape of the bridge you just designed doesn't mean it's going to support trucks that drive over it. And the converse is true. And I like what Seth Godin is saying. What I'm hearing from this is that everything is not right or wrong, like the design of a bridge. You may be designing the bridge that trucks can go over, but maybe it's so ugly or looks terrible, nobody wants to go over it. So what sort of better are you designing for your life? Is it a better utility that's better for the job? Or is it better taste? Maybe this is better taste, but maybe I just don't like it. Take your pick. What works for you? Hey, everybody, welcome to the Rundown with Ramon. Glad you're here today. Last segment of the day before we wrap up. Ding, 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 ding. Talks about always late. Now, some people I know are always late. There was a couple in my church. They were always late. And here it says here, let's see, your punctuality became a constant source of friction in this relationship, who struggled all her life with getting things done on time. Used to say, I married you, I didn't join the army. Ha, ha, ha. Meanwhile, her husband was frequently bothered by her inability to arrive promptly to appointments and gatherings, a habit he considered rude. Now, in Northern Europe and the United States, which Dr. Hall labeled monochronic societies, people tended to emphasize deadlines and work sequentially, completing one task before moving to the next. However, interestingly enough, in Latin America, Africa, and the Middle East, he found what he called polychronic societies, where he observed that people we're more comfortable shifting gears in the middle of a task and less rigid about sticking to a schedule. And I think that's a fair assumption. I do think there is something to be said about being, hey, Tessie, glad you're here. I do think there's something to be said about being on time. I do think it shows discipline. And for me, discipline is important. This doesn't mean I can't change. This doesn't mean I'm not adaptable. Of course I can. For example, my family's here with me, my son, my daughter, and her family. That environment, I'm not rigid about. Whatever time you want to show up is fine with me. Whatever you want to do is fine with me. However, if I'm running the show and I have a client meeting, I have a deadline to do, I'm going to run the show. And me and my wife work that way. If we're with friends and she wants to spend 6 hours there, God bless her and God bless America. I am cool with it. So here's the thing about timing, but I think it is true. Some people in some cultures are used to times and deadlines, and that efficiency is important to them. But in some cultures, it's kind of like 7 o'clock, 7:30, 9, 6, yawn, all the same. So if you're always late, you may want to blame your personality. But if you're always late as well, even if you blame your personality and it's hurting those around you, it's hurting your business, it's hurting your profession, you may wish to change how you show up. Everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This has been the Rundown with Ramon. Made my day better having Tessie here today. Glad you're here, Tessie. Thanks for being here. Blessings to you and your family. Julie, glad you're here. Ayanna, glad you're here today. Always showing up. Dr. Asa, thanks for showing up, and the many, many, many who are watching it live and who are watching it on demand. Don't forget to check out Bitdefender. Make sure your small business is secure. Go there right now. I dare you. Bitdefender.com. And before we wrap up the Rundown with Ramon, check out this 32-second insights from Bitdefender. Check this out.
Running a business is tough. Cyber threats make it even tougher. Phishing scams, ransomware, one click can cost you everything. Bitdefender stops threats before they strike. No IT skills needed. Bitdefender, your go-to cybersecurity partner. Easy to use, impossible to outsmart. Just security that thinks ahead. You run the business. We stop the threats. Get Bitdefender today. Trusted. Always.
Well, that's a wrap. It's been an awesome pleasure being with you today. Whether you're listening to this at the time I'm going live or you're hearing this on demand, you're in for a great experience. Whether you think that Meta's glasses are something you should have or should not have, that's okay. Whether you think that meeting rich people is something you should or should not do, that's okay. Whether you're asking what sort of utility is for you, that's something to consider. Knowing that you should pivot or not pivot is something for you. And of course, being late or being on time is something that could be cultural, could be how you are. And I'm glad you've taken time to be here today. My name is Ramon Ray, publisher of zoneofgenius.com. I'll be back here tomorrow. Don't forget to spread the word. Let me know how I can add value to your world. This is a brand new edition of the Rundown with Ramon. Be blessed, make an impact, and have a great day. See you next time. Thanks.